Alright guys, I wanted to show you a little view of my journal that I was working on. We went to Colorado from June 4th to the 12th, and I started this notebook before we went and did some of my pre-planning in here, and then I did some journaling and things like that after or during the trip. So I am going to show you what I've done so far, and then I am going to do a second process video that shows the next pages, the ones that I hadn't completed yet. I have one more day, I think, a day and a half, I guess, of things that I still need to journal and document. And there's a couple pages in here that I still need to add journaling to, but I'm going to do that after this video. So if you're interested in seeing the process for the last couple of days, then look for that next video. All right, sorry about that. My dog was barking. I had to get him to stop. So now I'm going to show you the pages. And like I said, the very beginning is some pre-planning that we did. So we were going to be we're right outside of Denver. So I wanted to write down all the things that we were going to be doing or could do in some of these areas. So I have Colorado Springs, and I asterisked the ones that I thought that we would end up doing. And we did actually only 2 of the 4, but that's okay. We didn't have a whole lot of time. We just got 1 day in some of these areas. Then there's Denver here. And then I had some things in Boulder. And then what I want to do is a packing list. So I wrote down all the things that I need, like things for the car, what I want in my suitcase, and what I want in my daughter's suitcase. And she checked them off and she wrote done here. So I thought that was kind of cool. So she did her own packing for the most part. And then this is just some of the travel journal supplies I want to make sure I took with me. So I looked through all that, and then I checked off the ones that I was, I picked out and put in my container. And actually, I'll show you that real quick. Sorry guys. I ended up getting this first aid case from Target. They actually had a deal if you bought like 3 Band-Aids, boxes of Band-Aids, you got this for free. And it actually worked out really well. It's kind of like I don't know, like not hard, but it's got a little bit of a stiffness to it. And then it's got zippers all the way around, and it's got a handle. And unfortunately my ink spilled a little bit. But it's really cool. So when you open it up, it opens up nice and flat, and then has this mesh pocket on this side. And like I said, it's got kind of a depth to it and a little bit of a firmness. So this is kind of a pocket with a mesh and zippered. And then this side, it has 3 pockets here, and then the back pocket here that's kind of a clear plastic. So this was really handy. This is where I put most of my journaling supplies on my trip. So back to the journal. So this is the first day, and we did drive out to Colorado. So this is my daughter playing Minecraft. Apparently that is a really popular game with most of the kids these days, and she played it literally all the way there, which was like a 12-hour drive or something like that. I don't even remember. And all the way back. She might have stopped a couple times to watch a movie here and there, but she was constantly playing this game. She had just got it on the iPad. So that's what I have a picture of her on the road getting ready to go. And then here is some journaling that I did. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. I think I'm pretty close anyway, but let me show you these 2. All right. I think I'm just going to keep it at this. I think you guys can see well enough. So then this is the first stop. We went to Casey's General Store. We don't have any Casey's where I live, and we actually have some Quick Trips. So that's my favorite gas station, I guess. But since we didn't have any of those, Casey's was a nice option, and they were really clean. Then we stopped that first day at a hotel, and oh my god, it was like ridiculous. This hotel was so kind of cruddy that even the phone didn't even have a cord in it. I don't know if you can tell. Let me see if I can zoom in on the picture. So that is what the phone looked like. I put that on Instagram, and it doesn't even have a cord going to the receiver. I mean, how ridiculous is that? So this hotel was laughable. There was no shades on any of the lights, and it was just ridiculous. But we already had paid for it because we got reservations in advance, and there wasn't like bugs or anything. It was just like ridiculous. They need so many upgrades and things like that. But anyway, on more journaling. And by the way, like the paper that I ended up using on this journal was this My Mind's Eye Necessities, which is the wood grain, and then this Lucky Charm Dear Lizzie paper pad. And then I used these 2 alpha stickers, some roller date stamps. This is a roller date stamp, and then I have a Dear Lizzie phrase stamp. I used a couple frames that I had. I think these are maybe crepe paper. And then I used die cuts from the Happy Camper My Mind's Eye collection, the die cut pack. And that's kind of all the supplies I took, plus some stains and some watercolors and things like that to decorate and pretty up my pages. So here is just some more pictures and things like that. I have a little zip printer, that Polaroid zip printer that prints these pictures. The quality of the photos are okay. It's not probably my favorite, but it works well for this kind of journaling. So this is a picture of my daughter and me, and then some more journaling. And then each new day I just stamped the date, so we knew what day it was. And this is just some more papers and die cuts and stuff I just tucked in and layered around, and had some stamps that I had. Some of them were travel theme and other stuff. And you can see the mixed media and stuff I did in the background. This is just using some of this Tim Holtz Distress Stain, and this one is Tattered Rose, I believe. Let me see. No, Victorian Velvet. So it's like a pink color. I also used a green, which is the Bundled Sage, and I used a blue, which is Tumbled Glass. And then while I was on the trip, I ended up picking up some of the distress stains in these copper or metal colors. So there is Tarnished Brass, Brush Pewter, and Antique Bronze. So I used those. And I used some of my sprays, so Doo Calico, Powder Blue, First Kiss, and I used this Fireworks spray in Bamboo Leaves. I also used these 3 Prima chalk inks in Old Rose, Teal Damask, and Colt's Foot Stamens. So those are the kind of colors. And they all kind of matched up and looked nice. And so I did splattering and various different techniques. And then here is a picture. We went down to this chalk art festival in downtown Denver, which was really cool. So I got some pictures that I took, and I did some layering. And this is watercolor with colored pencil that I used together. And then here is some more planning that we did. We were going to be going to be planning all the whole trip, and I did a little planning beforehand, but I didn't do a ton, at least not what day we're going to do what, because of the weather. I wanted to make sure we didn't go on a rainy day to something that was outside. So we kind of planned out the rest of the week. So we went to Boulder on Monday, Tuesday we went to Denver, Wednesday we went in Colorado Springs, Thursday we went to the amusement park, and then Friday we went to Estes Park. So that's just kind of what that planning is. Here is a map of Boulder. Let's see, make sure that's in, yep. So that's a map of Boulder. I just cut it out, and then I put some watercolor all the way around, and then I journaled all around the edges. And then this one is just a picture or a watercolor of the mountains, and I just used my Koi watercolor pocket field sketch box from Sakura. And that looks like this. And it comes with a water brush and little sponges and stuff to clean off your brushes. So I use that for the layout as well. And I just used some more stamping and inking and layering of paper. And then this one is a pass for Boulder. We had to get parking passes, so this is just a packet of that. Me and my daughter and my mom went just to do a little shopping because we had some time in the evening in between things. We didn't have a place to go, so we went and did a little shopping. My daughter got a dress. Here's the next day. We went to the zoo, and I got these really pretty pictures of this allium, I think it is. This is just a stamp that I stamped on a piece of the map that I had from the zoo. And because I didn't have a lot of extra paper besides the paper pads, I just kind of used what I had. This is a little tip-in where it says our favorite exhibits at the zoo. And then I took and cut out the little pictures from the exhibits from the map and just said, you know, this is my favorite exhibit, my mom's and my daughter's. And then here is just some more things about the zoo. I just cut this out of the map, this and this. And these are just small little pictures of the animals. And here I did some stencil sprays and things like that. Just kind of getting messy. And I did some of that in the background over here too. And both of these pieces of paper were gessoed before I put the spray on. So it kind of had a more shiny look to the spray. And then here is a map of Colorado Springs, or at least where we wanted to go in Colorado Springs. So we ended up only getting to go to the Garden of the Gods in Seven Falls. By the time we got to Seven Falls, it was raining and cold, and it was going to be quite a long drive to get the Royal Gorge Bridge. Plus, it was like $23 a person to go on there. So we didn't want to be spending the money. We had 3 adults and 1 child, so we decided to not go to that this time, and then we went back to the hotel. But oh my gosh, Garden of the Gods was fantastic. It was probably one of the my second favorite trips on, or the days on this trip. Oh, it was just amazing. The landscape and the rocks, it was just absolutely gorgeous. So if you ever get a chance to go to Colorado, I definitely recommend it. So I took one of those frames here and I glued it down, and I pieced together some of the photos from that Canon zip printer. Pieced them together and put them in the frame. And then I just used some of the die cuts, and I got a picture that I trimmed down and put some other layering and some stamping and things like that. And then this is just some string that came in on a tag from a piece of clothing, and I just used that since I had it. Here is just a tag that I made out of the paper using one of the die cuts that came in the kit. A little mushroom and just some more watercolor. I did some watercolor behind each picture so they had a different color. And then I did the green distress stain all over the back. Some more washi tape, another little piece of die cut, another die cut here. These are some die cuts, and I matted them or put washi tape underneath them so you can see that. Here's another die cut. Here I stamped the Dear Lizzie stamp. I don't have it over here. Dear Lizzie stamp a bunch of different times with different colors in the teal damask. And then I did some of the stain in the background again with this Victorian velvet. And then I add a little washi tape here as well. Here I had more stuff from Garden of the Gods, so I did take a lot of pictures. Here is just a postcard that I got when I was there, and it has, it's like a tip-in, so I just glued it down with washi tape, and then you can flip it open, and when you flip it open, it has more pictures of scenes from Garden of the Gods, some die cuts, some stamps, more die cuts. This is a stamp, and I just stamped it on some wood grain paper, and then cut it out. I don't really like how this darker orangish brown came out, but you know, it's all good. This is that bronze distress stain, the antique bronze. So I like how that turned out, but I probably could have done without this. What I was trying to do is make this stamp pop off the page a little bit more, and I don't know, I think it just kind of made it look muddy, but you know, it's all good. I just kept going with it. Here is just something I was just messing around with. I just did a bunch of watercolor, not really making anything, just kind of playing. This is more pictures from Garden of the Gods and a photo, and this is from Seven Falls. And I think there was some Seven Falls picture. Oh, these are all from Seven Falls as well. That's the fall back there. It was really rainy and cold, and I'm terrified of heights, and the steps were like those metal steps that you could actually see through each step, and there was absolutely no way I was going to hold an umbrella in the rain up metal steps with holes in them. There was just no way it was going to happen. I was really bummed out. If it was a sunnier day, I probably would have taken the trek, but I was just way too scared. I was a big baby, and I just got to look at it from this vantage point here, but it was still really cool. And then next, this one is just a rock or a representation of the Garden of Gods, rocks. This is just a mark that got excellently made from me stamping. I'm going to put some journaling down here about the trip. I think it's about Seven Falls and Garden of the Gods. I wrote it at first and I didn't like it, so I took a picture and I'm going to transcribe it over here. And it'll just kind of fit in this section. Then this is a little brochure that I tipped in, and it's a map of the park that we went to, or the amusement park. And I thought that was kind of cool, just a really colorful map. So it just folds up. And then what I did on this side is I put some picture, I put paper, I backed the map with paper from the Dear Lizzie Lucky Charm paper pad. And then I cut my pictures out and matted them. And this is a stamp from Ellie Edwards. These are also stamps from Ellie Edwards. This is the stickers from, I think it is Teresa Collins, these right here. And these are perfect for this kind of thing. If you don't want to take like a bunch of letter stickers because they just take up a lot of room, these are like the perfect option for something that's more small format like this. And then when you open this, I have a picture of me and my mom. Well, not me and my mom, but this is me and my mom went to this place called Esther's that had like the most amazing pizza. And so I'm going to journal here, and then I think I may extend my journaling if I don't have enough room here over to here. And I have two other pictures, I think, of the falls that I didn't get in. Let me see. Maybe not. I thought I had two more pictures. I'm looking in my pictures over here. Oh, maybe not. I can't find them now if I do. But if I do, I might fit them in here too if they fit. Because I don't think I put them. Oh, no, here they are. I didn't actually. I put them here instead. So this will just be space for journaling. And then here is going to be a space for journaling about the park. So this is just on the back side of this map. I just put some a die cut and some cut aparts from the paper pad and just some scraps of paper that I had. And that is it so far. That's my journal so far. I'm going to do, I have another, like I said, day and a half. Went to Estes Park, and it was gorgeous. So Estes Park and the Rocky Mountain National Forest. I have those pictures to still do, and I started this background already, just using some distress stains. This is all distress stains, and these are the gold distress stain in the tarnished brass, I'm sorry. So I just put spots there, and I'm going to decorate that. So if you would like to see the process for decorating this, you just stay tuned, and there'll be another video after this one, and you can take a look at that. Thank you guys. Bye.